One of the things that we're going to do is talk about the dietary guidelines during the course of the show and how you can eat the highest quality food in this country at a very, very affordable price. Oh, Andrew, what are we going to do today?
Okay, well, this is about taking ingredients that everybody already knows. It's approachable. You can get them at any store, and maybe manipulating them a little bit with a couple chef tricks, but nothing overly intellectual, so that we can get that flavor that's memorable. It's sticky. It's addictive. What I found as a chef is that people are so obsessed and addicted to processed food because it's chemically built to be addictive.
U.S. Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. there on the launch of his new YouTube channel program called The Real Food Show. It aims to show people how to cook healthy, affordable meals. Kennedy's new U.S. dietary guidelines have been praised by some for rejecting ultra-processed food, but criticized by others for overemphasizing meats. The show's first episode is all about seafood. Crispy salmon cakes with apple white beans and green salad. His guest chef, Andrew Gruel from Huntington Beach, California. And joining us live right now is Chef Andrew Gruel, who is the founder of American Gravy Concepts, a restaurant group and brand that focuses on high-quality, minimally processed ingredients. Chef, welcome back to the show.
It's great to be back. Thank you so much.
So what is this concept of a cooking show hosted by the Secretary of Health and Human Services?
Well, I think that the administration, as well as RFK Jr., myself, and many other chefs agree that the quickest way that we can fix America's health right now, not tomorrow, not after Congress passes a bill, but today, is by cooking even just one more meal at home. Even that simple act can decrease your risk of chronic disease by eating less processed food and eating more whole foods and real foods. So that's really the key takeaway here. Now, of course, having RFK Jr. as the HHS Secretary host this show, that adds a ton of credibility to the messaging that's coming along with that, from not just a culinary perspective, but as well as a nutritional perspective, as you see where there's a lot of information that's popping up. It's simple, it's easy to digest, pun intended, and I think the information is approachable.
Of course, he adds credibility to some, but takes away credibility from others. He's obviously a very polarizing figure, including with his own sister. Kerry Kennedy was speaking with Aaron Burnett earlier today about some of her disagreements with her brother on his views on vaccines. She was asked about the cooking show, said, doesn't he have something better to do? Watch this.
He probably might spend a little bit more time on stopping these outbreaks than on teaching us to cook, but I look forward to the show.
What do you say to that, that maybe it takes away from the gravitas, or he should be focused on other things?
Well, look, she said, I look forward to the show, and I think in this toxic environment, that's a positive, so I'll look at that piece of it. I think you got to understand, right? All he's doing is pulling together minds who have done this, myself included, and many other great chefs and nutritionists who have the experience and can put the wisdom out there. And he's just listening. If you noticed, he wasn't incredibly loquacious in this, episode. He was letting us do the talking, and he was letting the ingredients speak for themselves. He can do more than one thing at a time, as you've seen just based on his social media. One minute he's talking about food, the next minute he's talking about, health policy and medicines and pharmaceuticals. So to suggest that this is a waste of time, I think is somewhat, it's a bit overlooking the fact that our system of health in the United States focuses on really treating the problem and not preventing the problem. And he's been talking about that since he was on the campaign trail. And right. Preventing the problem comes down to health and exercise and the basic habits that we take home every day by cooking ourselves.
So you're making salmon in this. You've been in the seafood business for years. You talk about ways to make seafood more affordable and suggest that frozen seafood may actually be fresher?
Yes, and I think that people always get confused when they say, well, is this fresh? First of all, there's no real legal label for fresh, and the majority of seafood that's in the counter labeled as fresh has been frozen. Most seafood is frozen at sea nowadays. It's actually very good technology, modern technology that almost pauses time. Seafood, when it comes to sushi, is all frozen because they freeze it to kill the parasites. So 95 to 99% of the seafood that you eat that's sushi that you think is the freshest of freshest fish has been frozen. Freezing seafood is not a bad thing. And I suggest that people look for that frozen seafood because at least then you can control when it's thawed and how fresh it is from your perspective.
And as you guys point out, it's a great source of protein to be able to do this via seafood. You also point out that getting it via video, which is streaming for free right now. And Chef Andrew Jewell's got plenty of other videos streaming for free if you want to check him cook as well. Thanks so much for being with us.
Thanks for having me.